Coming up on DC News Now at 4, a 12-year-old is shot overnight in the district, but we're now learning that she's allegedly connected to a months-old homicide case.
Plus, crews begin removing parts of the collapsed Francis Scott Key Bridge from the river in Baltimore. The new details in that investigation this afternoon.
We're looking at some showers as we head into the Easter weekend, but we'll let you know if things will dry out in time for Easter Sunday.
And it's race weekend in Richmond. See how teams and drivers are gearing up for the Toyota Owners 400 while keeping an eye on the skies.
Plus, the world reacts to Kate Middleton's cancer treatment. We're speaking with a doctor about preventative chemotherapy in this week's What's Going Around.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Thanks for joining us on this Friday for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Elisa Gale. District police are now investigating a stunning twist. A 12-year-old girl who was shot early Friday morning inside a Northwest DC home is the same girl that was arrested for allegedly helping to beat a man to death last October. Sources telling DC News Now.
And police say that she was with two other 13-year-old girls, now also charged with second-degree murder in the death of 64-year-old Reginald Brown back on October 17th. Our Leonard N. Fleming has been reporting on this story. Leonard, what's the latest? What can you tell us?
Well, Mark and Elisa, this is indeed a strange turn of events, and there are so many unanswered questions here on why this 12-year-old who allegedly was shot in this home behind me several hours ago overnight on Friday was not in police custody after allegedly killing a man last year. The news that a 12-year-old girl was shot with non-life-threatening injuries overnight was troubling, but not surprising to people who live in this Brightmoor area of Northwest DC. But it does come as a shock that the same girl shot at 3:30 a.m. at the corner of 7th and Peabody Streets was involved in an alleged murder of a man nearly 6 blocks away in October. Alvaro Bortero, who lives nearby, says families are failing young children now involved in so much violent crime.
It shocks me as it should shock everybody very deeply. Like, imagine this being your children, this being your son or your daughter involved in a killing of someone else, and then that person being killed. No, that shouldn't be happening to anybody, but even less to children.
Like I said earlier, there are still so many unanswered questions as to why this 12-year-old was not in police custody, and we are working diligently to try to get you those answers in our upcoming shows here on DC News Now. Reporting from Northwest DC, Leonard N. Fleming, DC News Now, back to you.
Definitely startling events there, Leonard. Thank you. Well, taking a live look outside at the Kennedy Center here on this Good Friday.
And the sun is shining on this Good Friday. Let's head over to meteorologist Damon Madsen with a first look at our forecast. Damon, how long will the sun last?
Well, it's not going to last too long. I hate to say that as we go into the upcoming holiday weekend here, but while it's around, hopefully we're able to enjoy it now. You saw the camera shaking potentially there as well. With those sunny conditions, we are dealing with some very windy conditions as well. A wind advisory, it still remains in effect until 8 p.m. just for the Shenandoah Valley back toward the Blue Ridge there in Virginia, and then back to the west into West Virginia. This advisory does not expand across the entire DMV because we're not expecting these stronger wind gusts up near 50 miles per hour all the way over toward DC, but nonetheless, it is downright blustery across the entire region. Steady wind speeds all afternoon long have been hovering in the 10 to 25 mile per hour range. We even have had steady winds close to 30 miles per hour in places like Hagerstown to the north. And then when you factor in the wind gusts, this is where we're running into a few problems. We just recorded a gust around 40 miles per hour in DC. Also Martinsburg and these darker red colors out toward the mountain ridges there. Those are gusts above 40 miles per hour. So it has been downright blustering. It will continue to be so at least through the late afternoon going into the early evening. But the good news is, folks, as we move out of the afternoon hours into the night tonight, the winds, just like that, are going to calm down completely as we'll have clear skies, calm conditions heading into your Friday night. Now, with these calmer conditions, are we expecting some of that rainfall then to arrive back in play on Saturday across the region? We'll have a full look at your forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Well, new this afternoon, moments ago, Maryland Governor Wes Moore giving an update on the efforts to clean up the port days after the Key Bridge collapse. Now, Moore saying that the collapse is an economic catastrophe as the Port of Baltimore remains closed. He says he is focused on four things: recovery, clearing that channel, and opening that port. The people impacted, including the family, and the rebuild of the Key Bridge. Now, divers are on standby to resume their operation as it has been suspended because of water conditions there. Right now, 2 cranes are in that water. There will be an effort there to clear that wreckage in the coming days as well.
Well, the NTSB continues to investigate the cargo ship involved in the crash. The agency says 56 containers of hazardous materials were on board, and some of those containers were breached, and they are currently working in the water to contain any leaks. And the Baltimore Mayor's Office opening an emergency response fund. The fund raises money to support the victims of the tragedy and their families. And they hope that this will ease the burden on people impacted by the bridge collapse. A GoFundMe claiming to support victims of the collapse is also nearing $100,000 raised. They set their original goal at $18,000. And in Montgomery County, the coyote responsible for attacking 2 women is dead. It was shot and killed yesterday. The attacks happened 6 hours apart in Burtonsville. In the first attack, the coyote attacked a woman near Watershed Park. She was taken to the hospital. In the second attack, a woman reportedly fought off the animal and stabbed it. The coyote is going to be tested for rabies.
Well, reactions are pouring in after Governor Glenn Youngkin vetoed 2 bills, one to raise the state's minimum wage and another to create a retail market for recreational marijuana. Citing concerns over public safety, Youngkin saying a marijuana market would endanger Virginians' health and safety. Democrats disputing that, though, saying that the effort was to eliminate dangerous, unregulated, illicit market. On minimum wage, Youngkin vetoing 2 bills, saying the free market for salaries and wages works, something Delegate Rodney Willett disagrees with.
It is an awesome place to do business, but it should also be an awesome place to be a worker. And that's the issue right now, is that so many families in Virginia, they're working 40 hours a week and not even getting close to making a salary that can support a family.
When the General Assembly reconvenes next month, they'll have a chance to override Governor Youngkin's vetoes. However, because both of those bills passed along party lines, Democrats are unlikely to have those votes to do that.
In Virginia, a big change is coming to how your children's schools are evaluated. Last night, the Virginia Department of Education voted to change school accreditation policies. But critics say the change could have negative impacts on funding and put some students at a disadvantage. Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Haley Milon is live in the newsroom. And Haley, what does this new system compare to how schools are evaluated now?
Well, for starters, let's talk about why accreditation matters. So often, accreditation is tied to funding. So it actually impacts the teachers, the curriculum, and the activities that those students at those schools have access to. And currently, schools are either fully accredited or accredited with conditions. But the new system will use a scale similar to an A through F grading system, measuring performance in student proficiency and growth and other categories. Now, proponents of the change say this brings way more accountability to the process and exposes where schools are underperforming. But Virginia Education Association President James Fetterman has concerns, saying that the grading scale will lead to affluent families leaving struggling districts, and ultimately less funding will go to those schools.
But what we fail to acknowledge are a lot of the challenges that many of our students are coming to school with. And many of them are not coming to school with the level of readiness so that they can learn in a more progressive fashion.
And Governor Glenn Youngkin has long been a critic of the current process. He released a statement saying, in part, quote, "This new framework will also help policymakers and education leaders better identify and prioritize resources and supports to the schools that need it most." So a bit of a contradiction from what James Fetterman is saying. Now, if you want to read the full statement, head over to dcnews.com and keyword search Virginia schools. In the newsroom, I'm Haley Mylon, DC News Now.